30. Hello and welcome. It's election night. My name is Dina Jensen, and I'm here on two platforms for Sun and Moon Yoga. The first one is YouTube, and this live session will be saved. And I'm also here on Instagram Live on Sun and Moon's Instagram Live feed. So welcome. Come in, everybody. Start making yourself comfortable. I don't know how the Instagram feed is, if the connection will be as good as the computer. So hopefully it will, but I know that YouTube should be just fine. Today's practice that we'll do together, I've titled Skillful Action. So skillful action, these words, skillful or unskillful, are wonderful words that have been brought over from many of the Eastern traditions. And I like to use them a lot instead of good or bad. I just think it's not as loaded. It's not loaded at all, actually. So there's a lot of talk about skillful action, doing things skillfully, and sometimes we do things unskillfully. But skillful action, there are different levels that we can think of for skillful action. Today, our practice will keep tuning into skillful action, doing the things that feel the best in your body to take care of yourself. But if you voted today, I have a feeling that a lot of you have voted. And if you did vote, that's skillful action. So in the yoga teachings, it tells us that when we are having negative emotions inside the mental body, the emotional body, that we can cultivate the opposite. So if we're feeling stress and anxiety, then we try to find ways to cultivate what the opposite of those emotions would be. And I want to emphasize this does not mean that you suppress negative emotions. You hold it all, but you take skillful action. So we're all feeling the weight of this experience with this election, and it's pretty heavy. So we take skillful action to move forward. And what we'll do today is use our yoga for the skillful action moving forward. And then as your day progresses, as your evening progresses, really think to yourself, what's some skillful action I may be able to take right now? Let the negative emotions in the mind, emotional body come up and percolate. It's fine. Hold it there and then think, okay, what's the opposite of this? What else might I cultivate? So let's try to cultivate together some joy, some calmness, some peace, some space, all kinds of wonderful things that we get in our yoga. Okay. So thinking of your yoga practice and what is going to be skillful for you, we will be doing, starting off seated. So you may want to sit on a chair. You might want to sit on a blanket. You might want to sit on a firm pillow that you have at home. You might want to sit with your legs crossed. You might want to sit back on your heels. So what is skillful for your body today? Okay, we're going to start with a little bit of breath work. So if you want to lie down to do breath work, that would be fine as well. But I'm going to be seated, and then we'll do some kneeling things. You might need a blanket, an extra blanket, or go somewhere that has carpeting, and then we'll do some standing things. Okay, so let's get started. Hi, Annie. I'm so glad that you're here. I don't know how the Instagram live is going. I have a feeling that my feed isn't very good. So I'm going to keep it on just in case if anybody is actually able to follow along. But for the rest, YouTube people, let's get on our mats if you're not already there. So I have a blanket that I have folded up a few times, and I'm going to sit on that. But you choose what is most skillful for you right now. We're going to take a tall seat, pull the flesh out from the sits bones if you're in a cross-legged position, or you could sit back on your heels with a block in between your ankles, or you could sit on a chair. So that might feel really nice, is to sit up on a chair. Or lie down if lying down would be more skillful. Okay, so let's get centered for a couple of breaths, placing one hand on your heart space, somewhere in the chest, and then another hand down in your belly, and close your eyes. And let's take some skillful breaths. Take a nice breath in and feel the torso, the belly and the chest rise. Breathe out through the nose or the mouth as you surrender to the exhale. Take your second full inhale to the belly and chest at the same time, or you can split it. And then please release and surrender and let go to the exhale. And one last skillful breath in. Gentle, soft, silky breath. And full and complete letting go on your exhale. And please just take a moment of natural breathing with your hands on your body for a moment of integration. So as you go through your evening tonight, election night, you might want to practice this hand on heart, hand on belly, integrate, connect, be whole. All right, now begins yoga. Remove your hands from the chest and the belly, and let's do some movement, some lovely movement for your spine. Okay, so make adaptations. If you're on the ground, let's take a seat, or you could do this hands and knees. You can do this kneeling. You could do this with your legs crossed. Take a nice breath in, and wherever you are, feel a lift in the inhale. The breath directly affects the spine, and on your exhale, round the spine. So drop the head, tuck the tailbone, scoop the low belly in, and then whenever your inhale comes, flip the spine into an open heart, heart up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, drop the head, tuck the tailbone, lean back, hold on to something, and then inhale, flip the spine, opening up the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades towards midline. Last time, exhale into what's called our cat pose, rounded spine. And then flip the spine into the cow pose. Nice open heart. And then come on back to your stable and neutral spine. Let's do some side stretches. So all of this, if you're a yoga practitioner, is very familiar to you. Release your arms to your side, and you just choose what side. It doesn't matter which. One palm faces up towards the ceiling, and that arm sweeps with an inhale next to your ear, and the exhale draws you over to the opposite side, keeping both sitting bones grounded. Inhale will lift you up. Feel that beautiful inhale, and the exhale releases. Other arm sweeps up on an inhale next to your ear, and the exhale gently lean to the opposite side with both sitting bones grounded. Inhale lifts us back up, and exhale releases. One more time each side. Sweeping inhale up, full and complete exhale over. Sweeping inhale back up to center. And surrender to the exhale, arm down. Last side. Inhale, refreshing inhale, up, exhale, release to the side. Inhale, back up, exhale, arm down. Let's switch the cross of the shins. Okay, so if you've been on kneeling, you might want to come out up into hands and knees for a moment and just get a stretch and then come back down. Let's do some twists. Okay, beautiful, beautiful movement for our spines. Inhale, lifts both arms up and overhead, framing your ear. And exhale, you choose which side. Turn to one side as you lower both arms down. See where they land. Have an arm behind you. Press into the fingertips behind you. Nice tall spine. Exhale, maybe keep turning your rib cage and shoulders if you'd like. More of a twist. Maybe look behind you. And then inhale, come on back to center. Let's exhale to the other side. Turn to the opposite side. Let the arms lower. Your hands land somewhere that's comfortable for you. The inhale keeps the spine growing tall, and the exhale keeps the shoulders turning if you want. Whenever your inhale comes with skillful action, lift your arms up and overhead, and then your exhale will lower the arms down to the side. Okay, so let's switch the cross of the shins one more time, back to natural. And let's do yes, no's, maybes, pulling the flesh out from your sits bones. Get nice tall spine. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, just drop your chin towards your chest for a yes. And then on your inhale, lift the head, maybe look up or forward. Exhale, release. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, look up or forward. Exhale, release. And inhale, we lift up. Okay, come back to center. And keep the head right on top of the spine for your nose. So take an inhale, and on your exhale, turn your head to one direction. It doesn't matter which. Looking over a shoulder, and then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn your head to the other shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. One more time each side. Exhale, we turn. Skillful inhale brings us back. Exhale, we turn. And your skillful inhale brings you back. And now last work for our neck, isolated work for the neck are the maybes. Full inhale is your tall spine, and on the exhale, let your ear drop to one shoulder. Inhale, lift your head back up. Exhale, drop your ear to the other shoulder. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. Last time, inhale, up. Exhale, over. Okay. So we're going to add yes, no's, and maybes to our twist, okay? Maybe switch the cross of your shins, see what that might be like for you. If that doesn't feel skillful, go back to natural. So let's come into the twist that we started with, okay? Arms to your side, a nice skillful inhale, lifts the arms, frames your ear. Exhale, turn to one side, lower your arms down. Let those hands help you in the twist. Hold the twist, and now let's do some yeses. So look in a diagonal and just drop your head down. Skillful breathing, and then lift, look up. Drop your head down, look up. At any time, you can release the twist. Come back to center. Let's do nose. Look behind your back shoulder and look over your front shoulder. Look over your back shoulder. Look over your front shoulder. And now look in the diagonal. Drop your ear back towards your back shoulder. Come back up, just natural breathing. Drop your ear to the front shoulder, come back up, and we're just going to combine. Look over your front shoulder, and now drop your ear down and take a good breath in, trying to release some tension. Okay, let's lift the head back up, and with a lovely inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the opposite side in your twist. So we're holding this twist for a while. Come out at any time if that's more skillful for you. Look towards, or let's do yeses. Take a nice breath in, and on your exhale, drop your chin towards your chest, and then look up. And you can be combining with breath or just have really natural inhale, exhale. Do a few yeses. We'll do one more. And let's do some nose. So head's right on top of the spine. Turn towards the front shoulder. And then look back at your back shoulder. Look towards your front shoulder. And towards your back shoulder. Okay, come back to center. Do maybes. So you're looking at a diagonal. Drop your ear towards your front shoulder. Lift the head back up. Drop your head towards the back. Lift up. One more time each side. Dropping the ear down. Lifting the head, drop your ear behind, lift, and then combine. So please look towards your front shoulder. So you're doing half of a no, and then you're adding a maybe. Drop the ear down and take a good breath in. Good, skillful, deep breath in and out. Okay, lift your head back up and take a full inhale, lifting your arms overhead, and exhale, arms come back down. Okay, so let's come up into hands and knees. We're going to do some similar things that we add on. Okay, so let's start with hands and knees. You could grab a blanket and put the blanket under your knees. Let that be a skillful way that you practice this. And then come down with your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Fan out your fingers. Some pressure through the base of the index pad and the thumb pad. Okay, knees right underneath your hips, and the toes can point straight back. Take a nice breath in, and on your exhale, we'll go into the cat pose, dropping the head and tailbone. rounding the spine towards the ceiling, and the inhale flips the spine. Tailbone up, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale into your cat, that nice rainbow spine towards the ceiling, and the inhale flips the spine into a hammock shape. And exhale, come back to table. Now step one foot out to the side. It doesn't matter which one, directly out to the side with your toes pointed straight forward. Take a nice breath in, and on your exhale, cat spine, dropping the head and tailbone, pushing the floor away from you. Inhale, flip the spine, tailbone up, shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale into the cat spine, drop the head and tailbone, rainbow spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, flip it. Okay, keep your flipped spine, that cow spine, curl the back toes and pull the hips back towards your back leg, towards your back heel. As much or as little as you want, and you can do a little bit of rocking. What feels good for you? Do you want to rock? Do you want to hold? Do you just want to do a few more regular, traditional hands and knees, cat and cow? So if you like that sensation, you might even walk your hands towards the body, and then begin to pick up the front knee, walk your hands into the body, and turn your outstretched leg, the toes and the knees up towards the ceiling. If this feels reasonable for you, you might try to put your hands in prayer. See what feels skillful for you. And don't worry about those wobbles. So the knee comes back down, walk your hands forward until they're right underneath your shoulders again. Come down onto forearms and pull the hips back just a little bit, and then come forward. And if you would like to reach your arms forward even more, outstretched arms, maybe the head drops down, take a good breath in and out. Okay, and then lift up, walk your hands back. So you could do all of that in table instead of the leg outstretched if it didn't feel good for you. Let's outstretch the other leg, right directly to your side body. We're going to go through those cat-cows again. Turn to the side so you can see it. Take a good breath in, and on your breath out, rounding the spine, dropping the head and tailbone. Inhale, flip the spine, opening up the heart. Exhale, round the spine. And inhale, flips the spine. Couple more times. Exhale, rounds the spine, rainbow spine towards the ceiling, low belly in. Inhale, flip it. Now keep that flipped spine, curl your back toes under, and maybe start sitting the hips back. And you can come forward and back, or you can hold for a few breaths. There aren't any hard and fast rules here, just what feels great in your body, what gets you into your breath in your body. If you want to keep going back, let's see what that would feel like as you walk your hands towards the body, and then you rotate that extended leg to neutral, so toes and knees towards the ceiling. The other knee has popped up. You're up on your back toes. This may or may not work for you. If you want to come lightly on the fingertips, you could try that for a little bit of a balance. And maybe even releasing one hand, maybe releasing the other hand. I'm not sure this side is going to work for me. All right, let's come back down. Walk your hands forward till they're underneath your shoulders, and then lower yourself down to forearms. Maybe get a little bit of that cow spine. Pull the hips back just a smidge. Breathe. Okay, let's stretch our arms forward and then drop the head in between the upper arms. Breathe. You could be in puppy dog pose here or an extended child's. Okay, please lift up, walk yourself back, come back to table. So I want to do the twist with the leg extended. We'll start with table pose. Okay, so come to your table and ground through, and you could do a seated twist if you'd rather, okay? If that feels better for you. So ground through one hand, it doesn't matter which, through the index pad and the thumb pad, especially strong, push that floor away from you. And the opposite ribs and arms on an inhale will open up, maybe even look up. That arm on an exhale threads behind your standing arm. That standing elbow bends as you lower the shoulder and the side of the head down. Okay, so pull the hips back to center. You can press into your standing hand to keep rotating the ribs and the shoulders. And then on an inhale, let's fully unwind or unwind through table. Exhale, come on back down. Do the other side. Inhale, opposite ribs, arm up, maybe look up. Exhale, thread that arm behind your standing arm, bend the standing elbow, lower down gently, side of head, side of the shoulder. Press into your standing arm a little bit if you want, hand a little bit more. Pull the hips back to center if they're starting to lean to one side. And take a good breath into the ribs. Okay, press into the standing hand and we're going to fully unwind up and exhale down. So we'll add that on to the leg outstretched to the side, okay? So let's start with the first leg out to the side, or you can do what we just did, okay? So we're going to be twisting away from your extended leg, whichever leg is out to the side. That same arm and rib cage on an inhale opens up, and then the exhale threads that arm behind your standing arm. Bend at the elbow. You may just stop on your forearm, or you might come down lower. You might be able to reach your head down just for maybe a breath here, pretty intense. Press into the standing arm. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, hands come down, and then let's come back to table. And we'll do the other side. Step out to the side with that leg, my toes are pointed straight forward. So whatever leg is extended, that same arm and ribs, that inhale opens them up, and the exhale threads behind your standing arm. Bend that standing elbow, maybe pause on your forearm or come all the way down, whatever feels skillful for you. Breathe, and now press into the standing hand, and we'll fully unwind on a breath in. Exhale comes back down, and come on back to table. Okay, so let's stand up. I want to do a flow, a really gentle, accessible flow. We will do some low lunging, so if you want to keep your blanket there, that's fine. So stand up however is comfortable for you, okay? However you like to get up. And then face the short end of your mat, please. I call this flow, I started calling it the sun and moon salutation because it's a little bit of a combination of sun salute, a little combination of a moon salute, and of course our beloved studio is sun and moon. So we'll do the sun and moon salutation. Okay, so face the short border of your mat, please, and come to table pose with your feet underneath your hips, so grounded feet. Lift your 10 toes and feel the tripod of your feet. Spread those toes out, put the toes back down, and let's really feel mountain pose. So we want to feel grounded, okay? Feel the ground beneath you. Press into the floor. Feel these two strong pillars of support, your legs holding you up. Big bones, big muscles, they are there to support you. That's their job, is to hold you up. Good. Relax your shoulders. Lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Yeah. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and imagine you're tucking the base of the shoulder blades into your back pockets. Low ribs are in. Good. All right. On a sweeping inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Frame your ears, extended mountain. And then on your exhale, bend the knees, hip shift back a little bit, lower the arms straight to your side. Keep everything the same, but on an inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears. On your exhale, bend at the hips, touch the ground or touch blocks, drop your head down, maybe straighten your legs. On an inhale, we'll take a really big step back with the right leg up into high lunge. On an exhale, put the right knee down, untuck the back toes, and on a sweeping inhale, lift your arms next to your ears. On your exhale, put your hands back down on the ground. Inhale, steps the front foot back into table. Get your wrists under your shoulders, and on your exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, drop the head. On the inhale, flip the spine, tailbone up, heart forward. And then on an exhale, step your hands forward, pull your hips back, and drop your head down. It might land on the floor, it might not. Puppy dog pose, pulling your hips away from your hands. Elbows are lifted, arms are straight. Breathe. You could certainly do down dog here if you would prefer. And please, let's lift up, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. So you can be up on fingertips, you could get your hand out of the way, but let's take a nice breath in here in table. Exhale, steps the right foot forward, heel under your right knee, and the inhale sweeps the arms next to your ears. Exhale, please touch the ground, curl your back toes under. On an inhale, lift the back leg, high lunge. Exhale, step the back foot towards the front foot. Keep the knees bent. On your inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears for chair pose. Exhale, release the arms down to your side. Knees are still bent. Inhale, push into the ground to straighten the legs and arms extended mountain. Exhale, hands come in front of your heart. We'll do the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, maybe frame the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, hips back, arms release to your side. Inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears. Exhale, bend at the hips, touch the ground or blocks, drop the head, maybe straighten the legs if that feels skillful. Inhale, step the left foot way back. Exhale, put the left knee down, untuck the back toes, and inhale, sweeps the arms next to your ears. Exhale, touch the ground. Inhale, step the front foot back to table. Exhale into your cat spine, tailbone down, head down, rounded spine. Inhale, flip the spine, pull the heart forward, keep the hips right over your knees. Exhale, down dog if you'd like, or the puppy dog pose. Curl the toes under, hips back and up for a down dog. If you'd like to add a few plank poses here, you could take an inhale as you release the shoulders right over the wrist, pressing into the index pads of the fingers, and then pull the hips back and up on an exhale. Inhale into your top of the push-up, belly's in towards the spine. Exhale, lifting back up. Or you could do cat-cow here instead, whatever feels good for you. One more plank, do a down dog. And then we'll put the knees down, walk your hands underneath the shoulders, take an inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward, heel underneath your knee. Inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears. Exhale, touch the ground. Curl the back toes under. Inhale, lift the back leg. Exhale, step forward with the back foot. Keep the knees pretty bent. Inhale, sweep the arms next to your ears. Exhale, drop your arms to your side. Inhale, extended mountain, press into the ground to straighten the legs and arms. Exhale, hands come in front of your heart. Okay, so I have a few more things I want to do. Normally our YouTube videos are about 30 minutes, but because it's election night, we're just gonna go a little bit longer because I want to give you a little bit more yoga. If you have some blocks, this can be a very skillful way to do what we're about to do. So get 2 blocks or stand yourself in front of a chair or a bench or a couch, something that will lift the floor up for you. So we're gonna do a forward bend and add on some stuff to the forward bend. Turn to the long border of your mat. Step your feet wide, so a nice stride. Okay. We want to always bend at our hip creases and not up here at our waist, okay? So inhale is your nice tall spine. Exhale, bend at the hips. The butt goes back a little bit. Your spine stays long. And let's just pause with your hands on blocks or on a couch. If you don't have anything and you reach the floor, that's fine too. So just skillfully getting down lower. So you could take those blocks and walk those blocks over to one side. Or if your hands are on the ground, you could walk your hands on the ground to one side. Or if your hands are on the couch, you can walk over to one side of your couch. So you choose which leg you're going to walk your hands over towards. Okay? Drop your head and then pull the hips towards center again because they probably went along for the ride with your hands. And you may feel some sensation. What feels skillful for you in this leg you're reaching towards? So the leg that your hands are reaching towards, that you're leaning towards, that stays straight. And the opposite knee, that bends just a little bit. And that'll pull the hips even more towards center. And then straighten that bent knee and just do it one more time. Bend the knee a little bit or as much as you want to get sensations you're looking for. And then let's come back up. Walk your hands back to center and then walk over to the other side. Okay, drop the head down. Stay here for a moment. Feel the hips may have gone along for that ride, so pull them back to center, and then bend the opposite knee towards the opposite foot. Straighten, do it one more time, a little bit or a lot. Straighten, walk your hands back to center. Bring the heels in towards each other, and we're slowly going to come up. Put your hand on each thigh, press into the feet, lift through the chest, stand yourself up, and then walk your feet back to center. All right, so I want to do a standing flow together. You will not need blocks, or you won't need any kind of props for this. Okay, so let's begin with, we'll do a warrior two to peaceful warrior to side angle. Okay, step the feet wide. This may be very familiar to some of you. Step the feet pretty wide apart from each other. And we want to turn on the heel of one foot. So you choose what foot. Turn on the heel and point those toes directly towards the short border of your mat. This back foot, don't bring the toes in. Sometimes we talk about keep it as it is. Keep it parallel to the outer edge of your mat, okay? And then turn the rib cage and shoulders away from your front leg, and inhale the arms to shoulder height, warrior two arms, looking over your front hand. Exhale, bend the front knee towards the center of your front leg, the front foot. Take a nice breath in and out. And then please drop your back arm down, flip the front palm up, and with a sweeping inhale, lift that arm next to your ear and gently lean back. Peaceful warrior. Don't we all need more peace? And then we're going to just cartwheel the arms into side angle. So now bend your elbow, put the forearm down on your front knee. Let this top arm lift up towards your at shoulder height, or drop it alongside your ear. You can bend the knee more if you want, or less. And then we'll swing back up. Arm comes down in front of you, and let the inhale lift you back up, sweeping you into warrior two, and your arms come down. Parallel your feet. Let's do the other side. Turning on the heel and turn that foot so it points directly forward. Don't do anything with the back foot today, okay? Turn the rib cage and shoulders away from the front leg. Inhale the arms to shoulder height, palms down. Exhale, bend the front knee towards the center of the front foot. Feel the strength and body, the courage of the warrior, the skillful warrior. And now let's find the peaceful warrior, where we drop the back arm down, we flip the front palm up, sweeping inhale lifts the arm next to your ear, and an exhale releases you towards the back. And then take a nice breath in as you cartwheel the arms to your side angle, maybe bending the front knee a little more if you want, your choice. We'll stay here for one breath in and out. Okay, and then release that arm right down in front of you, and let your sweeping inhale lift you back up to warrior two. Exhale, arms down, parallel the feet. Okay, last of the flow, and then we'll cool down. Let's start on the first side. Turn on the heel of the first foot. Keep this back foot parallel, and just watch what we're going to do in the legs. Legs for warrior two will be traditional warrior two legs. And then I want you to bend this back knee towards the back toes as you lift the front foot up, and you'll be on the heel of your front foot. So just watch. See, I'm going to go from warrior two legs to sort of this thing. I don't know what to call it. Butt can go back. You can lean forward a little bit if you want. So let's do those legs together. Ready? Inhale, big tall spine. Exhale into your warrior two legs. Inhale and exhale. Shift the weight, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg, toes up, butt back. And then come into your warrior two on a breath. And then come into this thing. It's like a dance move or something. Warrior two, and then let's take a moment and do the other side, and then we'll add on the arms. Turn on the heel of your front foot. Keep the back foot pointed forward. This is why, because bending the knee, I wanted to go towards that back foot. Okay, bend the knee with the breath in, hold for a breath out. And then on your breath in, let's do the same thing on the other side. Bend the knee back knee towards the back foot. Point the toes up towards the ceiling. You're on your heel and your front leg, butt is back. And then let's come into warrior two. Just do natural breathing as you get used to this. Bending the back knee, straightening the front leg, bending the front leg, back leg is straight. Last time. Okay. And now parallel your feet. And the last part of that flow, we'll do warrior two arms and then bring your hands to center. Warrior two arms and bring your hands to prayer. Okay. So turn from the heel, turn your front leg out. Let's take a sweeping inhale, lifting the arms to shoulder height. And exhale, bend the front knee. Hold for a breath in. And then on your exhale, let's move hands in front of your heart, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg, toes up. Inhale, open up, look over your front hand, bend the front knee. Exhale, hands come in front of your heart, maybe look forward. Inhale, look over your front hand. Exhale, bend the back knee, straight leg, front straight leg, and then inhale into warrior two. Relax your arms, parallel feet last side, and then that will be it. Turning from the front foot, keep the back foot toes forward. Take a nice inhale, arms to shoulder height. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. Take a nice breath in and out. On your next breath in, hands to center, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg, lift the foot off the ground. Inhale, come into warrior two, look over your front hand. Exhale, reverse it. Inhale, open up, look over your front hand. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Maybe your butt's back and you're folding forward a little bit. And inhale, hold, breathe, and then release the arms. Parallel your feet. Last standing pose is holding the forward bend, okay? So nice big breath in, tall spine. Exhale, bend at the hips, nice long spine. Touch something, the ground, blocks, a couch. We'll hold for a couple of breaths. So for you, if you get dizzy, a more skillful way to take action here would be to be lifted so that your head is at the same level as your heart. If you don't have issues with dizziness, then you can release down. We'll use this as a bit of an inversion, just getting some blood flow to the brain. Really good for focusing and concentrating when you can get blood flow. Okay, so a nice skillful way to come out of forward bending. Heels together slightly, hands up on thighs, come up slowly. First lift the heart, and then stand yourself up. Parallel your feet, come on back to center. And let's lie down and just do some lying down twists before we say goodbye to each other tonight. Okay, so lie down and come onto your back. We'll do a couple windshield wiper twists. Arms are to your side, just out of the way. Feet are hip distance, or they can be closer or they can be wider. So see for you what feels the best, the most skillful in your hips. Breathe in, and on a nice exhale, you can let knees drop to one side, even turn your head away from knees. The inhale sweeps the knees back up, and the exhale can drop the knees to the other side, head turns away. Use your breath. Really feel it. If you lost your breath throughout this practice, no worries. Find it now as we're going into these more slow movements. We'll just do one more. Inhaling, exhaling. All right, bring the knees back to center. And let's do lying down pigeon, or the number 4 pose. Feet are hip distance apart, cross one ankle over an opposite thigh. Usually it's right above the knee, but you can see where it feels best for you. And this might be the most skillful position right here, with a nice big breath in and out. If you want more sensation in the outer hip of the leg that's crossing over, you can hug the thigh bone towards the same shoulder, using that bottom thigh to give more stretch in the opposite hip. And then some people like to straighten that bottom leg, combining lying down pigeon with big toe, lying down big toe pose. So just find your pose for a breath in and out. Good deep breath in and out. Okay, please step the foot down. If it was lifted, uncross. And let's do the other side. Crossing ankle over opposite thigh, wherever it feels comfortable for you. Staying here, maybe hugging that thigh bone in towards the same shoulder. Feeling breath. If you liked straightening the bottom leg, you are welcome to do that. One more full and complete breath in and out. Okay, step the foot down, uncross the ankle, and let's hug both knees to the chest and give yourself a really big hug here. Everything is going to be okay. You've taken your skillful action. You'll continue to take skillful action, especially through your yoga, your breath, and your meditation. So if you want to hold for a few more breaths in the straddle pose, we can let the knees drop apart from each other with the feet still off the ground and put the hands, the arms inside of the legs and hold on to the legs somewhere, maybe the shin or the ankle. Some people hold on to the feet. And this is a really lovely way to cool down and use the breath on the inhale. Imagine energy on an inhale flowing down the spine, all the way down to the pelvic floor. Places we hold fear, and on an exhale, surrender to the exhale. You don't have to do anything. Let the inhale fill up the torso and imagine breath flowing down the spine, opening up the pelvic floor between pubic bone and tailbone, and exhale, surrenders and relaxes. One more breath in. And a full, complete exhale. Okay, release your feet, step them down onto the ground. We'll just stay here for a few moments of Shavasana. If you'd like to sit up and do a seated meditation, you're welcome to do that, or straighten your legs, keep the knees bent, whatever might feel suitable for you. If you are lying down, let go of everything. I want you to imagine all of your bones dropping. Your skeleton is dropping towards the ground, releasing all muscle tension. All of your concerns, your worries, your obstacles, they all drop away from the body. Everything drops with gravity. Scan through the body, finding any places where you're still gripping and holding, and release. It might be your jaw. It might be your hips, your belly, or somewhere else. You find it. And you have the power with skillful action to bring your mind to these spots that are crying out for a little attention. Please see me, feel me, and then you can let me go. With body, mind, and breath fully integrated. Please take one hand and place it on your chest, and another hand place it on your abdomen. Feel whole. Feel held. It's all going to be okay. Please begin to deepen your breath. Release your hands. Start moving your body if you're lying down. If you've been in a seated meditation, you might want to fold forward and give a good stretch or anything that might feel good. And please come on up, take a seat. We'll sit nice and tall together. So I no longer close my classes saying namaste. I have learned from many South Asian people that The grammatical context of namaste is more of a greeting. It is a term that you honor each other and you see each other, which is beautiful and lovely. So now I mostly greet one another and greet you with namaste. And at the end of my classes, I like to end with a mantra for peace, and we really need it. And the mantra for peace that I end with is Om Shanti Om. So please, let's all sit together, the nice tall spine. Take a full breath in and let the spine grow even taller out of your pelvis. On your exhale, please place your hands in front of your heart or maybe directly on your heart. May we all learn to live more like the lotus at home in the muddy water. Please bow a humble mind to your open and noble heart and listen to the mantra for peace, or you're welcome to say it with me. Om Shanti Om. Peace to